Hello, good morning. We from class 9D. We will present animated audio.
I am Ilufrida Antonia. My number absent is 10. Here I become an editor.
I am Niluh Putu Arinati, absent 22. Here I am the director.
I am Komang Kesha Amara Gayatri, absent 19. I am a Shirazat.
I am Extingu Rasandi Putra, absent 1. Here I am an as Syahriah.
I am Ikada Agustika Putra Biaya, absent 2. I am as Saman.
I am Ikoma Arya Dananjaya. My number absent is 9. I am Isyah.
I am Ayu Krishna. My number absent is 26. I am as Dunyazat.
I am Gadis Cahyani Putri. My number absent is 23.
I am Niputu Ari Julani Putri. My absent number is 25.
I am Dwika Damayanti. My number absent is 17. Here we will bring the story. Let's get started the story.
The world's most famous collection of magic-style story entered in Persia and only later become known in the West as the Arabian Nights. The collection includes a story within story within story. This is the story that warps around them all. A tribal sultan marries a new bride every night, and in the morning he exits her. Only Sherazad, the greatest storyteller the world has known, has a chain to soften the heart of the man with a miracle growth against all the women.
Praise be to Allah, the beneficent King, the creator of universe, Lord of the three worlds, who set up the sky without pillars to hold it aloft, who stretched out the earth like a bed, and who filled the ocean like a bed. Let me the art and the craft of she who outwitted a great king, of the who for 1,001 nights captivated the Shah, while she spread her plots around him. The woman whose stories held contiguous the all-powerful man, and prevented him from crying out his terrible intent. I speak of her, Shahrazad, the greatest storyteller the world has ever known.
She lived in a time of sorrow, for the ruler of the land held in his heart an awful grudge against all women. This grudge had terrible consequences for every family in the land, but it was not always so. He began his reign with a kinder heart. His name was Shahriar. He was in the fullness of his youth and power, but as yet without a wife. One evening he stood with his younger brother, Prince Zaman, on the balcony of the palace, which overlooked the pleasure gardens. They watched a young serving girl as she stepped out to the fountain to fetch water. Shahriar whispered,
"See, brother, is she not as lovely as the moon and as graceful as a gazelle?"
But Saman replied,
Do not let your eyes deceive you. I'll take you are older than me and more powerful, yet I am more experienced in the ways of woman. For a lady weep a white. I tell you, no woman and her has pure and faithful heart, as they award my queen. I see her give a feasting prince should a look that make my blood run angry, but it does not stop there. She give the sheep family a cheeky smell that is sweet and productive. Why? The day before I left my place to pay honor to you. So her whispering to the cook, she bring nothing but name upon my.
My younger brother, you have been looking well until of late. Now you know the cause. Jealousy is eating you up because you have took a lovely wife.
At this Zaman became quite evident, but he replied is no more than a martyr.
My brother, you will learn for yourself in due time.
Shahriar was ready to marry. It seemed the wherever he looked, he saw a beautiful woman. but none looked so lovely as the one the two brothers accorded the very next day. They got up at dawn to go hunting just as the sun was spreading its gentle rays. They rode their horses side by side along the seashore, walking towards them. Along the desert beach, they saw a girl so slowly broke in the world. She rose like the world as she shone through the night. When she opened her face, the sun grew bright. As the brother drew near to her, she gave them the sort of smile that gladdens a man's heart, and Chariot said to his brother,
I will not be ashamed to take her for my queen.
But no sooner had he spoken than a hawk wave came curling into the shore, and standing on top of the wave was a great genie. His skin was orange and his eyes blazing red. As the wave broke into the the genie leapt onto the beach and seized the girls up in his hands. He turned his awful eyes on the brothers, and they were so full of fire that they feared his gaze might burn them up. Then he spoke. His voice was terrible, but his words so that he intended them no harm.
Hear me now and learn from my troubles. When I took this girl for my bride, I set her inside a trunk, and I placed the trunk inside another trunk, and that trunk inside yet another trunk, 7 boxes in all, each with its own lock. And then I placed the 7-fold container and the bottom of the sea so as to keep her faithful to me. But still she managed to escape, to flirt with strange men on the beach, and to bring shame upon me. If I, genie, with all the power of magic at my disposal, cannot keep discipline over my bride, what hope have you, mere men, of doing so?
As soon as he had issued this warning, both the genie and the girl flew round and round until they became a real wind that sped away across the sea. For the rest of the day, Chariot was pale and brooding. By evening, he had grayed up somewhat, as the brothers stood on the balcony overlooking the garden. Once again he sighed.
The remarkable assurance this morning is amid a great impression on me. I see now that you are right. The genie has confirmed what you see. There was never one faithful woman on this earth that I have thought deeply about this problem all day long, and I have formed a plan.
It was not long before his brother and everyone in the land found out what the Shah had in mind. He sat on his throne the next day, giving orders to his ministers about this and that. He sent for this chief minister, a man who had served him for many years, and who had 2 lovely daughters born in time. We shall meet, inshallah, God willing.
He commanded the minister to bring a bride to him that very evening, and in the morning to take her away to be executed. Each and every day he was to do the same, to bring another bride for him to marry, and in the morning to strike off her head, and so it came to pass for 3 years on end. There was not a family in the land that was not touched by this tragedy. The people carried out against their Shah, and called on Allah to destroy him and his reign utterly. But his heart was resolute by this terrible plan. He made sure that none of these people would ever gather in a corner and gossip that his queen was fatal to him either in thought or deed.
Mother wept or fled abroad with their daughters, At the last there was hardly a woman left in the city who was of marriageable age. At last, one day, as the minister searched the city, he could not find a bride for the Shah that night. He returned home in sorrow and anxiety, for he was afraid for his own life when he failed the evening to present a new bride to the Shah. He had two daughters, Shirazad and Dunyazad. The eldest had read all the books, legends, and stories in the library of the village. She knew a great many poems by heart, and he had studied philosophy and the arts. She was pleasant, polite, wise, and witty. She saw that her father was looking sad, and she could some lines of a poem to him.
Tell whoso had sorrow, grief shall never last, even as joy had no morrow, so who shall go past.
The minister heard this word from his daughter. He told her the cause of this sorrow from first to last. When she heard to Sherazad exclaimed,
Who long shall we endure this slaughter of women? I will tell you what is on my mind. Take me to the Shah this night. Let me be his bride. Either I shall live by my wits and save the daughter of this land, or I shall join those who have perished already.
Minister heard that word, and although the greatly respect his daughter's wisdom, not her of this beloved daughter risking her life in this way. He went to the Shah and confessed that he was unable to bring him any more bride, for there were none lived in the land. Shah Sherazad was told him on this throne of sun.
None that your power to doctor, do not hid them from me, or it will cost you your head.
And so it was after long deliberation and much persuasion from Shahrazad that he brought his own daughter to the Shah as his bride. That night, when Shahrazad left the field from her lovely face, the Shah was pleased with what he saw, but there were tears in her eyes.
What troubles you?
Asked the Shah, thinking that he could know the answer, but she replied not that she was afraid of what would happen to her in the morning, but that she was missing her sister. She begged that she should bring her to sleep with them that night, so that she would not be lonely. The Shah willingly agreed, and all went according to the plan that the ingenious Shirazad had formed. Her sister Dunyazad slept on a couch at the foot of the royal bed, and toward morning, as she had been told to do by her sister, she awoke and said,
O Sherazad, I cannot sleep. Will you not tell me one of your wonderful stories? For there is not a soul on this earth who can spell a tale as delightful and delectable as yours.
And Sherazad stared and sighed.
I too cannot sleep, and I will tell you a tale with joy, if this great king will permit me.
The Shah, who was also sleepless and listless, was pleased with the prospect of sharing a tale.
And so Shahrazad began to relate the first story of 1001 Nights. Thanks for watching and listening.
See you!